against the Magic in '95. You know, the Knicks, I know it's in their history, it is their 9th NBA Finals. They have never held a 2-0 lead, and now they're going to take that advantage to Madison Square Garden for the next 2, Monday and Wednesday in New York.
I mean, it's really hard to imagine, Kesty, because in the Eastern Conference Finals, you could feel in games 1 and 2, you could almost reach out and touch the intensity of Madison Square Garden. It was almost palpable. And so now you come home with a 2-0 lead, a fan base starved, absolutely starved for success in a championship. It's going to be absolute bedlam.
It's going to be beyond bedlam. I can't even imagine what it's going to be like. I just hope we get a game as good as this game we just had tonight. These two teams, no lead is safe with either of these teams. They stay the course. Comes down to a play at the end, a turnover, a made shot, a missed free throw. Jalen Brunson was so hard on himself when he was talking to our George Sedano, and you should feel that way if you're Jalen Brunson. But don't forget that field goal that Jalen Brunson made.
Yes.
Less than a minute to go in the game, stepping up as Jalen Brunson always does.
And Kessie, final point. Spurs twice now, game 1 and game 2, had the lead in the final 2 minutes. And closing, right? Young team just closed the door.
I don't know how many fans from New York made their way down. It feels like there's a couple thousand of them. I don't think it's that much. They got the less expensive tickets. Good luck getting into Madison Square Garden for games 3 or 4. And don't forget, you can watch it at home on ABC. And, of course, you will hear it here on ESPN Radio.
Our excellent producer in my ear, Kesty, reminding us, Jalen Brunson didn't just have that jump shot that I talked about. He had the last 5 points of the game for the New York Knicks. Good game? No, not especially by Jalen Brunson. He's telling George Sedano no. Well, guess what? He had the final 5 points of the game.
You're the closer, and you are Captain Clutch, and you've just helped the Knicks to 2 road victories. You could hear the Knicks fans serenading their favorite team as we all head to the Northeast and Madison Square Garden in New York. That's where we'll talk to you next on Monday, as Jim Basquill and Corey Alexander will carry you through our post-game show. Final score, Knicks 105, San Antonio 104. The Knicks with a 2-0 lead in the NBA Finals. Now for PJ Carlesimo, Doris Burke, George Sedano, producer John Medani, our engineers Al Rosenberg and Dave Sniff, Pete Saccone, program director of ESPN Radio play-by-play on hand as well. I'm Mark Kestisher. Let's go to Jim and Corey in the studio with the post-game show.
All right, Mark, thanks so much. This is what you got to look at. Jalen Brunson has shot 19 of 56 in the first 2 games of this series. The Knicks are...
Rams fans, D-Far here. The Rams are making history in 2026, heading to Melbourne, Australia to face the Niners. You can be there. I've teamed up with True Fan Travel to hook you up with the ultimate fan experience. Game tickets, hotels, exclusive events, even a chance to meet me all in one package. This isn't just a trip, it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Spots are limited. Don't wait. Visit TrueFanTravel.com right now and secure your spot. That's TrueFanTravel.com. See you there.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. It's springtime in SoCal, and you're still on those same old floors? Make a power move with Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. Hardwood, laminate, waterproof vinyl, carpet, turf, all in stock. They even have Core-Tec, the original 100% waterproof, kid-proof, pet-proof, luxury vinyl flooring in a ton of colors ready and in stock. Visit the showroom off the 5 next to the Commerce Casino or check them out on the web, HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. No games, no gimmicks, and no spring sale beats wholesale.
Hey guys, if you're heading into summer without a medical emergency kit, you're taking a risk most people don't think about until it's too late. Summer colds linger and can turn into sinus infections that could last for weeks. Getting sick right before vacation can derail everything. And when you're traveling, finding a doctor and a pharmacy can be really stressful. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. It's like having an urgent care and a pharmacy right at home. It includes essential prescriptions like amoxicillin and generic Z-Packs to treat wide ranges of common and serious illnesses. So if you wake up sick, at home or on the road, you already have what you need. No waiting for your doctor, no hours at urgent care, no pharmacy lines, no copays. You just match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook, or you call the telemedicine doctor standing by. Start on your meds sooner and feel better faster. Every home needs at least one medical emergency kit. Order yours online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. Save $45 with our promo code 710 at urgentcarekit.com/710. Promo code is 710 at urgentcarekit.com/710.
ESPN LA.
Oh, here we go. And let's do it. The live and local sports talk keeps rolling. This is the destination for LA sports on ESPN LA, 7:10 a.m. The all-new ESPN LA app and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles. Get in that chat, Jack. We keep the LA sports talk going live from LA Live. Andy Kamenetsky talking all things LA sports. Let's do it. Now live from the epicenter of sports in the Southland, LA Live, right across the street from Crypto.com Arena. Here's Andy Kamenetsky.
What is up, LA? Destination for LA sports. Andy Kamenetsky. We are coming on the heels of Game 2 in the books. Knicks Spurs. The Knicks pull out the victory, 105-104. Spurs had a lot of opportunities to even the series at 1-1, but whether you want to talk about inexperience perhaps setting in, nerves setting in, maybe too much just of an emotional toll after that 7-game slugfest against the Oklahoma City Thunder where they won Game 7 on the road, or maybe, just maybe, the Knicks are better than we all thought heading into this series, but a lot that is really interesting to break down from these finals so far that I actually think can be related back to the Lakers as we head into what is going to be an incredibly pivotal offseason for the Lakers. I know you guys have all heard for the last several years this offseason is the most important for the Lakers since blah, 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 but this time we actually mean it. Like before we were saying it, we were just hyping stuff, but now we actually really do mean it. Like this is the first opportunity for the Lakers to build around a superstar in his prime, Luka Doncic. They're going to have maybe not as much flexibility or cap space or assets as they would want, but the most they're going to have in a while. It really is pivotal, and there are a lot of questions that I think are actually raised by this series that I'm going to get into. The Dodgers are playing as we speak, the Freeway Series. It is 0s apiece at the top of the 6th. Roki Sasaki has been pitching very well in this game, and he's actually coming off a very good May. There is a challenge going on right now about a play at second. We'll see what ends up coming at that, whether or not it's going to be an out or whether or not the Angels are going to have a man on second. Manager's challenge going on right now. So we'll see how that plays out. But talk some Dodgers, can talk a little bit of Rams. Myles Garrett and the Rams reportedly have a new reworked deal for the reigning defensive player of the year. We can talk about that and how the Rams really did make a bet on the now and the future with drafting Ty Simpson and trading for Myles Garrett and the confidence that they're showing in being able to win now and set themselves up on, in the future. And those are very, very tough bets to often pay off. But at the same time, man, Les Snead, Sean McVay, they got a track record of proving this stuff right. By the way, the call on the field stood, so there is now an Angel on second, 1 out, top of the 6th, 0-0. Dodgers, Angels, Roki Sasaki really pitching a nice game, so we'll keep you up to date on all that. But going to start, and a reminder too, Raj Chipalu from Silver Screen and Roll, great NBA coverage, great Lakers coverage. He's going to be joining at 9. Want to get his thoughts on the finals so far, but also too this Lakers offseason, what he thinks they need to do, what he thinks of the season in general. Austin Reeves reportedly, or maybe not reportedly, but some, I guess, reports that Team Reeves might be looking for a max deal, which I know has caught the attention of a lot of Laker fans. Also, Eric Pincus from Bleacher Report making a prediction that LeBron James will end up a Warrior this offseason. So we'll talk about all of that stuff coming up.
That's an easy flight for him when his G7, after the game, to come back in an hour.
Oh, he's got PJ money. There's no question.
Of course.
LeBron James has access to, he could buy a PJ
Yes, my wife was actually telling me that, like, if he's signed with Golden State, he can just fly up the, up the coast in an hour.
Well, you know what he could do? He could actually buy this PJ and then write it off as a work expense.
Yeah.
Because he's going back and forth. I would think there could be some creative accounting, Funchy, and Funchy's with me, Rebecca's with me. I think there could be some creative accounting that actually allows him to write off what would be a massive purchase.
He can be back in L.A. before the time I can be home after a Laker game.
That is so depressing.
I know, right?
I mean, I know you've got a pretty solid commute, but that is really...
Yeah, I know.
That's how the other half lives, man. So, again, 105-104. The Knicks go up 2-0 in this series. The Spurs had a lot of opportunities down the stretch. They had been down double digits in the fourth quarter, and then they ripped off, I want to say, a 12-0 run. Victor Wembanyama, after such a slow first half that Charles Barkley and Shaquille O'Neal were debating at the half whether this was nerves for Wemby or, as Charles Barkley and Kenny Smith kept insisting, he's just shocked by the way Karl Anthony Towns had been playing against him. Wemby came alive. He had 29 points for the game, several really good defensive plays, a few big threes, but also a really bad turnover on a hit-ahead pass to Stephon Castle after they had Jalen Brunson had just split a pair at the line. Jalen Brunson, another struggling night on the whole, but hit a few big baskets down the stretch when it mattered.
Let's just say the Spurs lose this series. They just lose. This is going to be Wemby's, Kobe airballs in Utah's or whatever.
It could be.
Yeah, I think that's what it's going to be.
I mean, he's had one good half in 4 quarters. Darius Soriano from Forum Blue and Gold on Twitter, is part of the Lakers Film Room podcast. He tweeted out at the half, Wemby has as many baskets, 8, as he has turnovers in the opening 6 halves or 6 quarters of this series. Like it's been tough for Wemby, and there's times where I think he looks exhausted. I don't want to go so far as to say the moment is too big for Wemby, just because he's played like in big Olympic games, like he's been on a big stage. I think he's just being outplayed, and I think he is exhausted. I wouldn't be shocked if he's surprised in some ways by how well Karl Anthony Towns has been able to defend him.
He played 40 minutes tonight.
Yeah. I mean, to put this in perspective, the 40 minutes you raise, Funchy, I think that's really key. He averaged 29 minutes a game in the regular season. He averaged 39 minutes a game, I believe, in the 7-game series against the Thunder. This is his first playoff run. He's gone as deep as you can go. It looks like this has caught up to him against a team that was super well rested. The Knicks have won, what is it now, 12 in a row? Is it 12 or 13?
To put in perspective, they haven't lost a game since the first night of the NFL draft.
Wow. They have not lost a game since Karl Anthony Towns connected with the Devil Wears Prada 2. He is undefeated ever since getting involved and being seen as part of Devil Wears Prada 2, a very New York movie. Coming up, though, like Karl Anthony Towns, by the way, has been incredible in this series. He was the best. I think he was the best player on the floor tonight, finished with 21 points, 13 rebounds, 4 assists against 2 turnovers, a steal, and a block, plus 11, tying Jose Alvarado, who played just 10 minutes. But really, he, for best plus minus on the Knicks, he's been, I think, the best Knick over these 2 games, and also arguably the best Knick in the entire playoffs. He's up there, and the way he's been playing, too, with like the physicality and the defense, it reminds me a lot of the way Pau Gasol, after the 2008 finals and a few series in Memphis where they got swept, and all the talk about how Pau Gasol can't handle physicality and Pau Gasol, eventually just said enough of that bleep, and he became a different player in a lot of ways. I think that talk was always a bit overstated, but there's no question Pau had decided I had had enough of that. And he showed it in the 2009 finals when the Lakers won, and then especially in the 2010 when they beat Boston. And there's been this coming out party for Karl Anthony Towns. It's awesome to see just because he's easy to root for, but also I think is a reminder that you should never write off players particularly players as good as Karl Anthony Towns, even when they've been in the league for a while, there can be a next level to reach. But coming up next, I want to talk about why Karl Anthony Towns has me even more concerned about some of the worries I have expressed regarding the Lakers and Austin Reeves and his potential contract this offseason. We'll get into that. 877-710-ESPN if you want to weigh in on anything. Reminder, Raj Chipaloo from Silver Screen and Roll will be joining. Andy Pajes just got on base, so we'll keep you updated everything going on with the Dodgers. Destination for LA Sports, 710 ESPN.
Don't miss a special edition of ESPN LA Saturday morning at 8 a.m.
As Chris Morales broadcasts live from the Santa Monica Pier for the 10th annual CHLA Walk and Play LA event.
As Chris Morales broadcasts live from the Santa Monica Pier for the 10th annual CHLA Walk and Play LA event.
Celebrating the amazing work that Children's Hospital Los Angeles does for the community and celebrating the kids.
CHLA, saving lives every step of the way.
Live on ESPN LA, Saturday morning at 8 a.m.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-294-0222. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-294-0222. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-294-0222. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
Looking for a vodka with standards? Blue Ice delivers. American-made from Idaho potatoes, gluten-free, non-GMO, and only 64 calories an ounce. Enjoy the classic Huckleberry with lemonade or award-winning double espresso. Blue Ice vodka, premium taste, nothing extra.
DeMarco and Travis have taken over Afternoon Drive.
Rams GM Les Snead joining us here on DeMarco and Travis. You mentioned, Myles Garrett, superpowers. Another guy with superpowers. When was the last time you talked to Aaron Donald?
Weekdays starting at 3 p.m.
I'm not one to get involved in the metaverse a lot, but, some people have definitely shared some of what's being said out there on these technological platforms. So
Les, he's out there benching like 150-pound dumbbell.
He looks pretty good.
He's teasing all of us.
Yeah. Every time I've seen Aaron and anytime there's a video posted, I can say this. I do think he has snaps left in his body. Knowing Aaron wants to be the best if he was to ever take another snap. So it's been cool to see Aaron get excited. He's still a big Rams fan. He still communicates with Sean. So it's awesome that he's excited about this move.
Afternoons with DeMarco and Travis starting at 3 p.m. on 710 ESPN. The all-new ESPN LA app and live on YouTube.
If you have ever thought about remodeling your bathroom but were worried it would take too long or cost too much, then stop worrying. Right now, Jacuzzi Bath Remodel has designed a collection of high-quality custom products and perfected the one-day remodeling experience so you can enjoy your new bathroom faster than ever before. It's a worry-free bath remodel from the most trusted brand name in the business, Jacuzzi. A jacuzzi bath system fits in your existing tub space. It's a no-mess installation with an amazing style selection, factory-certified installers, and a limited lifetime warranty. Call 800-717-4599. That's 800-717-4599 right now and get 50% off installation with no interest and no payments for 12 months. Replace that old bathtub today with a walk-in shower for a safer bathing experience. If you have lived in your home for over 15 years, it's time to remodel your bathroom. For a virtual or in-home appointment, call 800-717-4599. That's 800-717-4599. 800-717-4599.
Welcome to Milagro Tequila, where the sun shines, good times roll, and tequila pours. Take a sip of sunshine this summer with Milagro Tequila, crafted from 100% Blue Weber agave for bright flavor and exceptional smoothness. Shake up fresh margaritas with Milagro Silver. Mix the perfect Paloma with Milagro Reposado, or enjoy the rich, smooth taste of Milagro Añejo on the rocks. Find Milagro at your favorite retailer, in-store, and online. Tequila never tasted brighter. Milagro Tequila. Please enjoy responsibly.
Are you in that YouTube chat tonight? Or you're listening on the app or on 710 a.m.? We're talking all things LA sports, live and local. The destination for LA sports keeps rolling on LA's mega sports station, ESPN LA. Once again, here's Andy K.
Into obviously a lot of questions about the Lakers offseason. 877 710 ESPN if you want to weigh in. By the way, you were just playing Sly and the Family Stone and Funchy. I don't know if you're aware, but Sunday, HBO, the new Earth, Wind, and Fire documentary.
I did see something about that, but I didn't know when it was coming on.
It is debuting Sunday on Max. It is directed by Questlove, who did the documentary Sly Lives about Sly and the Family Stone, which was awesome. And
Also, The Soul of Summer, right? It was
Summer of Soul.
Summer of Soul, yes.
It is, which is an amazing documentary about this concert in Harlem that got really forgotten, because it happened like within, I want to say like the same month as Woodstock. Definitely the same year, but I want to say like the same month, maybe even less time than that. And the archives were quite literally lost for like 50 years. Nobody knew where to find them, but it's an incredible documentary. Questlove has turned into, beyond just being an amazing musician, just a great documentary filmmaker. This Earth, Wind, and Fire doc looks fire. Bad pun unavoidable, man. It looks amazing. Again, Ross Chiapaloo joining at 9 o'clock. And I was saying before, the Knicks now up 2-0 in this series, and Karl Anthony Towns has been incredible. He was incredible tonight. He was incredible in Game 1, and he's managed to, I think, offset, like as great as Jalen Brunson has had these moments in the fourth quarter of both of these games. You know, Jalen Brunson was huge in the last 7 or so minutes of the fourth quarter in Game 1, and he had the last 5 points for the Knicks in Game 2 in the fourth quarter. He's also struggled for the overwhelming majority of this series in terms of getting shots to fall. I think the Spurs have done a really good job defending him. And the Knicks have not felt those struggles in terms of it turning into losses, in very large part because of the way Karl Anthony Towns has played. And this, these entire playoffs have been a coming out party for Karl Anthony Towns, a player who he's always been really talented, but has taken a lot of flack over the years for not being tough enough, not being physical enough, too much of a finesse player, too many threes. He's been fantastic. He is also a 6-time All-Star and a 3-time All-NBA player as the Knicks' second best player. It is widely acknowledged, and I think correct. Jalen Brunson is the number 1 on this team. But Karl Anthony Towns is the number 2. And Karl Anthony Towns is the level of player that teams typically need when they go on deep playoff runs or when they win championships, as the Knicks are 2 wins away from. And this has me, and this raises the concerns I've brought up before about the potential contract that Austin Reeves could be receiving this offseason. Austin is, so it's clear, full stop, very good player. Austin is a really, really good player. He is the level of player that I think could be an important player on a championship level team. Like, Austin is absolutely good enough to be a key rotation piece on a championship level team. I do not doubt that at all. But there are levels to this. And being the second best player, the number 2 option, which the Lakers seem to be telegraphing and messaging, that is where they picture Austin being in the pecking order behind Luka, that level of responsibility. You got to be a really effing good player to be at that level. Like, typically players at that level, if you look over history, teams that have won championships or teams that have just typically been in the deep playoff mix, they're like Hall of Fame level players. And Austin again, respectfully, he's a really good player. He does not seem to be on a Hall of Fame track. That's not a diss against Austin. Most players aren't. But then you look at recently Brad Turner, who has covered the Lakers forever. He's with the LA Times, but he's been covering the team going back to like Showtime. He was recently on Spectrum Sportsnet and said, quote, "Based on what I understand, what I keep hearing, Austin wants the max. Is he willing to give the Lakers a hometown deal? I'm not sure about that. Maybe he does. Maybe his reps don't want that." For people unclear about this, the full max the Lakers can give Austin Reeves is, I believe, 5 years, $241. So you're looking at, I believe, around 48 a year. Like you're closing
48 point something.
Yeah. You're closing in on $50 million a season AAV. I do not think Austin is that level of a player. Again, and that's not a slam against Austin. That's not trying to it's not trying to pick him apart. He's a really, really good player. But this stuff matters, because as you're looking to set up a team, if you have a player set up at a station too high, it means that your team won't be at the level it needs to be. But also, the contract that you give Austin matters, in the way it allows you to put the other pieces around him and Luka that they very much need. But also, if you need to trade Austin at some point, like if you decide that the best way to reach the next level is to trade one of your key pieces, and that might be Austin, I don't know how tradable his contract is going to be at that number. And we'll see. Look, I mean, this is also, it's public negotiation. Of course, they're going to be messaging he wants a max, because what else would they want to message? And the most another team can give Austin, unless we're talking, I guess, about a sign-in trade, the most another team can give him as a street free agent would be $4 and $177. There aren't that many teams that could put that type of money out there just to sign Austin straight up. So, there are levels to this. There are middle grounds that could be met. But even if, say, we're talking about 5 and 200, where it's 40 million AAV for Austin, I have concerns about him at that level, both in terms of what it will allow or not allow the Lakers to put around him and Luka, and also just, is he at that level? Again, we're seeing this with Karl Anthony Towns, like just how great your second best player needs to be.
Isn't this what the market dictates, though, nowadays, though?
To some degree, sure. I mean, your value is whatever someone's going to pay you. And, we'll talk about this probably over the course of this show. Like, these are the questions the Lakers are dealing with LeBron as well. Like, I think LeBron is probably going to feel like no matter what contract he signs with the Lakers or whoever, that he's underpaid compared to what he's worth. But there's no team in the league that's going to be capable of giving LeBron what he thinks he's worth, which is a max.
Can I just give you a few names, and you tell me if you'd rather have this guy or Austin Reeves?
Okay.
Desmond Bane, he makes 39.
Desmond Bane.
Okay. Jalen Green, he makes 35.
Austin.
Okay. Let's see. Jalen Suggs, he makes 30.
If Jalen Suggs could stay healthy, I think Austin might be a better player than Suggs, but Suggs is a better fit alongside Luka for the things you specifically need alongside Luka. Like, Jalen Suggs is a great defender. He's not a playmaker at Austin's level, but he can be a good secondary playmaker. He's really tough. He's really physical. Like, he's a really good player. He's hurt a lot. Like, I know Austin has injury concerns, but Suggs has more.
One more guy, Tyler Hero.
Oh, Austin.
Okay.
Definitely Austin. Not even close.
He's only making 30.
I know. Yeah. I mean, if you're asking me whether I'd rather have Tyler Hero at 30 or Austin at like 42, the answer might be Hero, but the reality is I don't want either. That might be the true answer, but if I had to choose, I would choose. I think Austin's a better player than Tyler Hero. Talk about this and the Knicks and the Spurs and the NBA Finals, all sorts of NBA with Ross Cheapaloo, Silver Screen and Roll. That's coming up next, 710 ESPN.
Don't miss a special edition of ESPN LA Saturday morning at 8 a.m.
As Chris Morales broadcasts live from the Santa Monica Pier for the 10th annual CHLA Walk and Play LA event.
As Chris Morales broadcasts live from the Santa Monica Pier for the 10th annual CHLA Walk and Play LA event.
Celebrating the amazing work that Children's Hospital Los Angeles does for the community and celebrating the kids.
CHLA, saving lives every step of the way.
Live on ESPN LA, Saturday morning at 8 a.m.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
This World Cup season, the ultimate watch party experience is at Mercado Gonzalez in Costa Mesa. Catch every Mexico and USA match live, surrounded by non-stop game day energy, passionate fans, drink specials, surprise giveaways, and all the flavors that make every match unforgettable. Grab fire-grilled asada taco, slow-braised quesadilla, fresh ceviches, warm churros, and more. Join us for every Mexico and USA match at Mercado Gonzalez in Costa Mesa, where every match tastes better.
Every day, women like me go to the doctor for annual checkups for conditions like breast cancer. Early detection saved my life. But women with disabilities face a cruel reality: inaccessible medical facilities and equipment.
I went to a doctor's office I was told was accessible, but when I got there, I couldn't get through the front door.
Our veterans deserve better. Help PVA fight for access at PVA.org.
Welcome to Milagro Tequila, where the sun shines, good times roll, and tequila pours. Take a sip of sunshine this summer with Milagro Tequila, crafted from 100% blue Weber agave for bright flavor and exceptional smoothness. Shake up fresh margaritas with Milagro Silver. Mix the perfect paloma with Milagro Reposado, or enjoy the rich, smooth taste of Milagro Añejo on the rocks. Find Milagro at your favorite retailer, in-store, and online. Tequila never tasted brighter. Milagro Tequila. Please enjoy responsibly.
The home of USC football, and now the home of The Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays 9 a.m. to noon, KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
ESPN LA.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. And let's do it. The live and local sports talk keeps rolling. This is the destination for LA sports on ESPN LA, 7:10 a.m. The all-new ESPN LA app and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles. Get in that chat, Jack. We keep the LA sports talk going live from LA Live. Andy Kamenetsky talking all things LA sports. Let's do it. Now live from the epicenter of sports in the Southland, LA Live right across the street from Crypto.com Arena. Here's Andy Kamenetsky.
Destination for LA sports, Andy Kamenetsky, bottom of the 7th, still 0-0 in the Freeway Series. Dodgers have a man on base, 2 outs. Call at the plate. Regardless of what ends up happening in this game, it's been a really, really good night for Roki Sasaki, who over the last month and now into June, starting to show a lot of signs of being the guy that they hoped for when they brought him over to the team in the first place. They knew he was young. They knew it was going to take some time, but he's been really good over the last month, so that's something to keep your eyes on as a Dodger fan. We're talking right now with Raj Chipalu, covers the Lakers for Silver Screen and Roll, also the co-host of the Lakers Detailed podcast. He's a regular on the Lakers Lounge podcast. You can follow him on Twitter at Raj Chipalu. Raj, how are you, man?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me, Andy.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to get into some Lakers in a second, but the Game 2 of the finals just concluded, 105-104 Knicks. They're now up 2-0 in the series. It looked for a second like it might hit overtime. And not only, Raj, were you hoping for overtime, as you told me in the text, you were hoping for double overtime because you're just a basketball sicko.
Absolutely. This is basketball nirvana, right? And this is the last basketball we're going to get for a long time until we get to Summer League and things like that. But no, this has been an amazing series, and I'm absolutely shocked that the Knicks have come to the Spurs house and win both games going into New York. This has been just amazing basketball. And yes, I wanted double overtime, or at least one overtime. Right? Once Brunson missed that free throw, I knew I was out of luck there.
Well, what are you seeing right now? Because you're not alone in being surprised. Not that the Knicks would even play well, but that they're up 2-0 and they've controlled so much of this series. What are you seeing right now that would explain a lot of this?
Yeah, there was a lot of questions, right, going into this finals of who have the Knicks played, right? They played a Cleveland team that was already starting to break down in previous series, and how real was their competition? How much can Jalen Brunson do this against a Spurs defense, right? Wemby is a generational defender along with other things that he has. Can Brunson do this again? And this Knicks team has shown that none of that was a fluke. They are playing incredible team basketball. Their ball movement has been amazing, the extra pass, and something that they've done that Oklahoma City didn't do, aside from, I was tweeting about it, that the difference between Towns' aggression, Karl Anthony Towns' aggression in the series versus Chet Holmgren. He's obviously a younger player, less experienced, but to me, those bigs, their difference in attack has just changed the series. And then the Knicks aren't afraid to go at Wembanyama, so they will put him in every action and then play out of that, forcing Wemby to help, recover, and then make it a very fast-paced game, right? They are not slowing it down. They are not waiting for Wemby. They are making him run up and down the court. I heard you talk about the minutes that he's playing, and not every minute is created equal, right? And so his 40-plus minutes, these are tough minutes. Him trying to erase different things on the floor, him have to recover to the basket, recover to the three-point line, while also being an offensive engine for the Spurs team. And that's just a lot on him. And something you mentioned as well, the 29 minutes in the regular season, that is a huge jump, not just from the minutes total, but the style of play. We see how physical the game is. You could see it wearing on him. And he had a really good fourth quarter, but I think the Knicks have worn him down. And again, their team basketball, their ball movement, they know where every player is going to cut, where they space, where shots come from. It's beautiful basketball to watch.
Yeah, I was saying before, Raj, talking with Raj Chipalu, covers the Lakers for Silver Screen and Roll. He's the co-host of the Lakers Detailed podcast, also a regular on the Lakers Lounge podcast. Follow him on Twitter at Raj Chipalu, Andy Kamenetsky, destination for LA sports. Like, Karl Anthony Towns has been so good in these playoffs, and in particular these two games in the finals. In what you're seeing, are there things he's doing that are different than Karl Anthony Towns in the past, or is this just like the best version of Karl Anthony Towns established that we've ever seen.
Yeah, this is all the talent just finally kind of catching up to him, right? And he's that perfect age of where his peak physical powers have also matched his experience. And this is also the perfect team for him, where he doesn't have to do very much shot creation. They don't run too many plays for him in the post. Everything is in the pick and roll, and they have amazing wings that protect him defensively. It's just a team that's perfectly built for him, and it's talked a lot about how the team is perfectly built for Brunson, and I believe it is. But Towns is in this too. Towns isn't an amazing defender, at least that wasn't his reputation, but I think he's found a real defensive role in this series. And again, when you combine that, Andy, with the confidence that he's playing with, and again, it goes into this, and I think the whole team has taken on Brunson's identity of just underdog, toughness, grit, right? We're going to go at you. And Towns has really embodied this as well, where Wemby's closing out, and, you know, he's like, I'm a 7-footer too. I'm a unicorn as well. I'm a generational talent in my own right. Karl Anthony Towns has called himself the best big man shooter ever. Now, there's some questions on if that's the case. Dirk has a case to that as well. But that's the kind of type of talent he feels he has, and his ability to put the ball on the floor and get to the rim. And, again, I compare it to Chet Holmgren, but he also has, I think, around 50 pounds on Chet, right? And you think about the weight advantage that he has on Wemby as well. He is bullying him down low. Now, Wemby, again, 22 years old, is going to have, I'm saying this going forward, but I think in this series, you're seeing what that weight difference does, a guy that can attack the rim, and then his ability to shoot. I mean, that is just not, even when he's not making it, we think of it, I believe we think too many times on makes and misses, but I think he is defended out there where Wemby can't just go out and sit, you know, and help off of him. That's a real guy that you have to close out to. And if it's Castle or Harper or these other guys closing out, which are good guard defenders, Towns is too skilled, too big. You can get to the line and finish over the top. So his aggression level, I think, has matched. And his he doesn't need to be a shot creator on the Knicks, so I think just helps his game a ton, where he can really play off of other guys. And Mike Brown, I think, has done a wonderful job putting him in those spots.
Yeah, and I'm happy for Mike Brown just being in this place. When I covered him when he was with the Lakers, I mean, he's one of my favorite coaches as people that I've ever spent time around. He's just a really good person. I think he's grown a lot since that time. It's awesome to see. Talking with Raj Chipalu, covers the Lakers for Silver Screen and Roll. And shifting to the Lakers, you know, the Western Conference Finals and then certainly these finals, they are a reminder of how good teams need to be to reach this point. And also, I think, a reminder of the gaps that still need to be filled for the Lakers to get to the Western Conference Finals, to get to the finals, to win a championship. This offseason is really pivotal and important. If you had to drill down on the biggest areas that you think need to be addressed first, because they're not going to be able to address everything in one offseason, but if you were to look at either skill sets or positions or whatever that you would prioritize first, what would they be?
Yeah, it's funny. Watching this final is like watching the exam you have to take, but you have one night to study for it. And you're like, oh, this is the test? Okay. And you have one really night, right, to pull an all-nighter to try to study for it, and that's just impossible to get all those things done that you need to this offseason. The Knicks build is really attractive to me. Like, you can't rebuild what the Spurs and OKC have. There's too many drafts. There's too many things that have to kind of fall in line for that. But I think what the Knicks have done, and again, they've had a patient build as well, right? It's been 3 different transaction windows, plus getting Brunson in free agency. But I think the important thing for the Lakers, to me, is the center position, getting that locked down, whichever way you can, or filling out the wings. One of those have to be locked down this offseason. I think Austin's going to return. We'll see what happens with LeBron. But Luka and Austin likely is your backcourt next year. We'll see what Austin's final number is when he does sign. His cap hold is around $20 million, so that should not affect your offseason too much this summer. And the Lakers should believe we have one of those guys. We have, the Knicks have Brunson on their team. The Spurs have Wemby. We believe Luka is in that class. And that's the way they should approach this summer. To me, they have 3 first-round picks. I would expect them to select with their 25th overall and then go to battle, with the other 2. But I think if you have to get either the wings or the center position locked down. And that's kind of what the Knicks did, right? They sent 5 firsts for Mikal Bridges and were laughed, out the door about it. But now I'm sure they're the ones, having the final last year. And then obviously the OG Anunoby trade, and then Carl Anthony Towns trade as well, which was in a different summer. All of those have really coalesced this team that we're watching, and they've been through some wars in the playoffs as well. And Brunson's had now some time as a number one. But to me, this offseason for the Lakers, either getting the wings locked down, where these are young wings you want to pay 3-4 year contracts, not these 1 year deals where we once again are going to have a tryout season. Let's see who can play, who can't. No, you need to pick your wing or you need to pick your center. I'm not expecting both because I just don't think that it's possible to do again in one off season. But one of those, that has to be a starting position that's locked down this offseason.
Talking with Roz Cheapalou, covers the Lakers for Silver Screen and Roll. He's also the co-host of the Lakers Detailed podcast, a regular on the Lakers Lounge podcast. Follow him on Twitter at Roz Cheapalou. Who are some of the names, either for the centers or the wings, that you've got your eye on as reasonably realistic potential targets?
Yeah, that's the most important term, right? Realistic. Those are the wings that you kind of have to look for. And for the center position, I like Isaiah Hartenstein. That's the guy that I would actually make an offer sheet for. Now, can you steal him for the Thunder? We'll see. They can do things to clean, their cap sheet up. But he's a guy, I think he's not a perfect center. He has some limitations, but I thought you saw what he can do against Wembanyama. And then his floater game, I think that just opens up the pick and roll for Luka and for Austin. And again, I'm looking for pairings that go well with both of them. And a guy that can also play make, right? He can actually
he's a good passer.
Through him
he's a good passer.
Yeah, at the top of the key. OKC runs a lot of their actions through him at the top with dribble handoffs. And he's a really good, DHO guy. But that's one of the guys I would look for. And then the wings, it's tough. Again, there is no wings to me, Andy. The grass is always greener, right? The 3-and-D wing on your team, like Rui Hachimura, is awful. There's nothing right, but the wing on the other team is perfect. He shoots 40% from three and is a perfect 3-and-D guy. It's always tough. The guys I like are the two New Orleans wings. And again, they are imperfect in themselves, but it's the most similar, where these are really talented young wings, and in the right system, in the right environment, in the right culture, in a winning culture. Can you grab, Trey Murphy? Can you grab a Herb Jones? Can you grab those type of players? Which, again, both of them have flaws on different sides of the court, but these are young wings with athleticism that you can at least hope to rely on. You still have to get through an 82-game regular season. Again, are top-level guys in what they do. So those are the kind of names I look for. Other guys' names are like Jared Allen. Those are other guys you can maybe go and trade for as well. But, yeah, it's a tough place to be in where you have so many spots to fill in one offseason, which, again, why I think it's unrealistic to fill all the needs. So those are some of the guys I'm looking at.
I was talking about before, Raj, watching Karl Anthony Towns is a reminder of how good your second-best player needs to be on a team that's looking to make deep playoff runs or win a championship. Like, I think it is widely accepted that Jalen Brunson's the best player on the team, but Karl Anthony Towns second best. He's a 6-time All-Star, 3-time All-NBA. The Lakers are messaging that they see Austin as the second best player on a team built around Luka. That if for the time being, if nothing else, that seems to be the build that they're looking for. I have concerns about putting him at that station. It's not that I don't think Austin's good. He's really good. It's just you got to be really flipping good to be the second best player on a team that good. Do you think Austin's at that level? And if not, do you think he can get to that level?
I think he is at that level, and I think second best player on a title team, like, again, we see this now in the NBA today. I think the league is just too good. Talent is dispersed, much better now than it ever was. But you look at these teams like Oklahoma City, their second best player, quote unquote, is Jalen Williams. But he missed a ton of time this year, and they didn't miss a beat. Sometimes it's AJ Mitchell who's their second best player. Right? It kind of flips. And you look at the Knicks. You mentioned Karl Anthony Towns is their second best player. I'd argue OG Anunoby has been their second best player for a lot of these series. Mikal Bridges stepped up as well. Like, they have guys that just fill in. So I don't really look at it as Luka will obviously be number one, but Austin two. Can Austin though fit around that? I 100% believe he can. Can he elevate to the second best player? In different situations, I believe he can. I really believe in the start of the year, especially he had before he got hurt, averaging, I believe, around 27 a game. That Luka and Austin, I believe by the end of the regular season, still ended the season as the top two teammates in scoring. Obviously, a lot of that was still Luka, but I believe that Austin can be that going forward, still young enough, and I think he's worth. Now, we'll see what, again, the final contract is. But the Towns point you made, just extending that, it's not just Towns is the second best player on the Knicks. If you look at all these teams, Andy, they all have expensive centers. Like, there is no center that is got from the, kind of discount place, right? DeAndre Ayton was signed for $8 million. Now you can, quibble with, did he outplay that contract? But you look at these other teams, Hartenstein makes $30 million. Wemby is, quote unquote, making $12 million, but that is just because of what he is this season. And Knicks with Karl-Anthony Towns makes, max type of money. There's just no teams out there that are getting far in the playoffs with really cheap level centers. That's kind of what I take from this whole playoff, honestly, not just from the finals. It's just really important to index that position, and the Lakers in recent years have really gone cheap at that position, especially after Anthony Davis. We've tried to sign these minimum or semi-minimum type players at the position. I just don't think that's feasible going forward. That's a position you're going to have to give real assets for.
It's funny, Raj, before we go, just as you say that, it's a reminder Jalen Duren's about to get paid, and he just made All-NBA this year, and the Pistons are a team on the rise, and he is about to become a not inexpensive center, and I think he's on the way to becoming one of the best centers in the league. He's Raj Cheapalou. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I was going to say, even Rudy Gobert, right? Rudy Gobert makes, $45 million a year. You just go down the list. There's not teams that are going without a center that are in contention. The Nuggets with Jokic, it's a tough place to be to use that position as where you're going to try to find bottom of the barrel type players and be able to contend. So that's where I kind of see these playoffs and these finals for the Lakers, something that they're going to have to look to this offseason.
It's a really smart point. It's why you should be reading Raj Cheapalou over at Silver Screen and Roll, or listening to him as the co-host of the Lakers Detail podcast, or his regular appearances on the Lakers Lounge podcast with Anthony Irwin. You can follow him on Twitter at RAJCHIPALU. Raj Cheapalou. Appreciate the time, brother. Thank you.
Always. Thank you, Andy.
We got the applause? Looking for the applause sound. It's okay. It's fine. I just didn't want to talk over it, Rebecca. I'm sorry. That was an awful move on my part. That was terrible. I should not have done that to you. All right, coming up next, give you guys the latest update on this still scoreless Dodgers game, Freeway Series opening night, bottom of the 8th. Can the Dodgers break through? Also want to talk a little bit of Rams and Myles Garrett, and something that occurred to me, speaking of the Dodgers, with Shohei Ohtani and his very outward quest for the Cy Young, that I think speaks well of the partnership between him and the Dodgers. Getting all that coming up next, 710 ESPN.
Don't miss a special edition of ESPN LA Saturday morning at 8 a.m.
As Chris Morales broadcasts live from the Santa Monica Pier for the 10th annual CHLA Walk and Play LA event.
As Chris Morales broadcasts live from the Santa Monica Pier for the 10th annual CHLA Walk and Play LA event.
Celebrating the amazing work that Children's Hospital Los Angeles does for the community and celebrating the kids.
CHLA, saving lives every step of the way.
Live on ESPN LA, Saturday morning at 8 a.m.
Are you ready to make a difference for the environment while helping the visually impaired at the same time? Then donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind today by calling 1-800-983-6530. Every donated vehicle will either be properly recycled in an eco-friendly manner or given a new life through reuse. Donating your vehicle is easy. Simply call 1-800-983-6530 and Heritage for the Blind will do the rest. They'll even arrange for your vehicle to be picked up at no cost to you. And for a limited time, when you donate your car, you'll receive a $200 restaurant voucher and a 2-night, 3-day hotel stay at one of 50 locations. Call 1-800-983-6530 right now to schedule your vehicle donation and make a positive impact on the environment while helping others. Heritage for the Blind, where every card donation counts and every person makes a difference. Call 1-800-983-6530 now. This advertisement is paid for by Heritage for the Blind.
Call Jacob. Hey, it's Mace.
And I'm Ireland.
And John, we are friends with Jacob and Ronnie, who is like the guy if you're involved in any kind of accident.
So if you get in an accident, what's your first thought? Like, what do I do? Where should I go? Who should I talk to? This is easy. You just call Jacob. 800-345-6789.
Yeah, I mean, the car's totaled. Who do you count on? The adjuster calls. Who do you count on? When you can't work, who do you count on? When your kid is hurt, who do you count on? Count on Jacob.
Again, that number is 800-345-6789. Just put it in your phone. Once you got it in your phone, then you don't have to think if one of these things happens to you. You counted on Jacob, and it worked out great for you.
Absolutely did. 800-345-6789. That's 800-345-6789.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob, 1-800-345-6789. Call Jacob.
When a parent sees their child smile, they see hope. Aleem hoped that his son Rajib would have an easier life than he had. You see, Rajib, just like his father, was born with a cleft. But thanks to Smile Train, both father and son received free, life-changing surgeries, transforming their smiles into symbols of hope. To learn more and support the global cleft community, visit smiletrain.org/learn. Smile Train, changing the world one smile at a time.
And it is the destination for LA Sports. Andy Kamenetsky with you. Let's get back to the destination for LA Sports. Back to LA Live on ESPN LA.
The call-in number is not 777-9311, 877-710-ESPN, but this is the time. Who are not going to be a part of the 250 celebration.
No. I believe it's only down to Vanilla Ice and
I think Lee Greenwood's going to be there.
Yeah, that him. Yeah, and also Millie Vanilli without the other guy.
Yeah, Millie or Vanilli.
Yeah,
but that was kind of crazy. Like, it seems like a lot of bands were just sort of tossed into this mix, having no idea what was going on.
And then all of a sudden they're just like out.
But The Time. Still one of my favorites, man.
Yeah. No.
Absolutely love The Time. It is the top of the 9th, top of the Freeway series, and it is still 0s apiece between the Dodgers and the Angels. Roki Sasaki, 7 innings pitched, 2 hits, 2 balls, 10 strikeouts. His ERA is now down to 4.03. Not that long ago, man, that thing was in the 7s. Like the last month or so, Roki Sasaki is really starting to settle into a groove. I want to say in 5 starts, actually I wrote this down. I don't have to estimate. I wrote it down. His last 5 starts in May, he had a 3.18 ERA, he had 28 innings, 5 starts, 10 earned runs, 28 strikeouts, just 6 walks, and gave up 3 home runs. So really, really nice progress for Roki Sasaki. I don't know if this is going to be the thing that gets him in the rotation come postseason or anything like that. Like, when healthy, this is a really tough rotation to break into, but doesn't change the fact, man, that seasons like this for a team this deep with a player like Sasaki, it's all just about his progress because they don't need him to be great now. They're hoping he will be great down the road, and he's still really young, and you can tell he's still learning, and you can also tell he wants to be great so badly. But, they don't need him to be great now. But what they need is for him to be just progressing and moving in the right direction.
You know what's so funny, too? Blake Snell has not played yet.
I know.
Glasnow has not played yet.
Dude,
and even Edwin Diaz, the most prized closer, signed over the offseason, has not played yet.
I was saying I think he's pitched maybe a couple innings and then he got hurt.
Yeah.
I was saying to Geeter yesterday when Geeter and I were doing this show, I had forgotten Edwin Diaz
Me
was
too.
on this team.
Me too. Travis mentioned it earlier, and I'm like, he's on the team? I forgot.
Oh, yeah. I heard Travis. Actually, that's where it came up. We were doing crosstalk leading into last night's destination for LA Sports. And when Travis brought up Diaz, for a second, I was like, why are you talking about Edwin Diaz? Oh, wait, he's on this team.
Yeah, right?
Like, they're so deep. And I mean, this team, by the way, just in general, the Dodgers, they've been managing they're at 40 wins right now, second best record in baseball, despite all the pitchers that have been unavailable, despite Mookie Betts in a brutal slump, despite Kyle Tucker certainly not playing at the level thus far.
Not worth that money.
No, he has not been worth the money thus far. There's plenty of time for him to turn it around. Max Muncy, he just got hurt in a brutal collision last night. Hopefully
he'll be okay. I think Dave Roberts said I think he took tonight off, but he will be available for the weekend.
Yeah, but we hear that all the time.
Yeah, but I said, it's the Angels.
Dude.
Take the weekend off.
Yes. I mean, that he doesn't play this weekend, I'm not necessarily concerned about. I'm just saying the Dodgers, kind of like the Lakers, and maybe this is part of the synergy between these two organizations, I often don't believe a damn word they say when it comes to injuries.
Yeah,
at all.
Me too.
Me too. I'm old enough to remember when Kendrick Nunn was day-to-day for a year. Really, he was
He's still day-to-day right now.
I mean, yes. A lot of these guys on both teams, everything's fine, then all of a sudden they end up on the IL or, again, like day-to-day for 2 months. But it's amazing just the depth of the Dodgers that they've managed to play this well and still be one of the best teams in baseball, despite not being even close to the best version of themselves. Like, Ohtani is all of a sudden, he's looking like Ohtani for the last month, but he got off to a slow start with the bat, at least. The pitching has been unreal. He's now at a .74 ERA after, Wednesday night start. I believe it was 6 innings, scoreless, gave up, I think, a couple hits. He's been unreal. And something that occurred to me in thinking about how good Ohtani's been on the mound and how he has openly talked about wanting to win the Cy Young. It's one of the only things that he has not done in this incredible, arguably greatest player of all time career. He's won multiple MVPs. He's got rings now. He's done everything other than World Series MVP, which I think will come at some point, but also the Cy Young. And I think he probably recognizes if I'm going to win a Cy, the sooner the better. Because as you get older, like everything in sports, it just gets harder. But he's also, though, pitching as part of a 6-man rotation. And that is, I think, something that could be used against him by Cy Young voters. Just the idea that part of a 6-man rotation versus 5, meaning you get more rest than some of these other guys. He's also not going as deep into these games as I think he often could, because they have to make sure they're preserving him because he's an everyday player. And, he's going to have fewer innings than most of the people, if not all, that he's competing against for Cy Young. And these are things that if Shohei Ohtani really had his personal goals elevated ahead of the team goals, we would be hearing whispers, if nothing else, if not outright complaints. We would be hearing that Shohei Ohtani is upset that he's being handled this way, essentially with kid gloves. It would bother him because these are the things that could get in the way of those personal goals. But it's really clear that, to quote the poet LeBron James, Shohei Ohtani is keeping the main thing the main thing. And he recognizes, as much as I want to win a Cy Young, the most important thing is that I help this team by being available in October, the best version of myself. And that's really, Funchy, the sign of a really strong partnership between a superstar player and it's his franchise. Because if he wanted to create a problem out of this, he probably could. He probably could make this into a thing if he wanted to make sure that all of his credentials were as strong as possible to win the Cy. And he's not doing that.
He's very humble. That's why he doesn't care about the accolades. I mean, obviously he might care about winning Cy Young and all that stuff, but I think he just cares more about winning chips.
seeing right now in the YouTube chat from 55 Charger. Love to see Mike Trout in a Dodger uniform. He deserves to be on a winning team. Mike Trout, I think, is suffering from Stockholm Syndrome. Like, I think he's now reached the point where he loves his captor.
This came up in the back earlier before DeMarco and Travis, and this is us just messing around, whatever. Would you trade Andy Pages for Mike Trout?
No.
Even though Mike Trout is the better player and, blah, blah, blah.
Andy Pages is really, really
He's an
good.
MVP candidate.
He's an MVP candidate. He's how many years younger than Mike Trout?
Yeah.
Who often struggles to get through seasons. He's also, frankly, he's not playing quite at Mike Trout levels.
I'm not going to say
now.
I'm on.
He's 34 years old.
I'm not going to say I'm on a Mike Trout argument, but maybe Mike Trout just never had anything to get up for. Just to play. Maybe if he was in the race, maybe he would play better and just want to be in it more.
Multiple years to demand to be in a race.
That's true.
Like, I mean, he's been with the Angels his entire career. I believe he's played 3 playoff games.
Yeah, and and I think they lost all of them.
Yes, yeah. He's never won a playoff game. He's had plenty of time to get the bleep out of there. And he's got plenty of clout to demand either a better team or demand a trade. And again, because I know Travis in particular, this drives him crazy, trying to figure out why Mike Trout has not finally just said, guys, I appreciate it all. I need to be somewhere else where I can win.
Or even just like, hey, can you put a team around me?
I think some of this is just his nature. I mean, I've talked with Mike Trout a few times years ago. He is very low-key personality. I honestly think, though, this is like a form of Stockholm Syndrome. Like, I mean, where you come to love your captor. Like, you actually feel like a form of safety in your prison. And this is just the thing that he knows at this point, and he somehow looks at Artie Moreno with loving eyes. Like, that's really the only theory I can come up with. Or, I mean, the money spends, but the money would spend anywhere. He's really allowed his career. I mean, he's been great, obviously. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame. He's had multiple MVPs, but his career has not been nearly as impactful as it should have been.
It's very comfortable in the OC, man.
Yeah. And look,
very, very comfortable in the OC.
He may just want to be left alone, and if that's your goal, you can reach that goal with the Angels. Ain't nobody going to bother you there. But at this point, I don't have any sympathy for him. Like, he could leave. This is what he wants. It's clear it's what he wants. He could leave if he wanted to. I mean, if he asked for a trade, I don't think the Angels aren't going to get, a top return from him the way they used to, but they would get something for Mike Trout. Or they just owe it to him even if they get nothing in return. But
that's an Artie Moreno move.
Still living off those cheap beers like 20 years ago. Still riding off that high. All right, coming up, talk a little bit more Lakers, a little more NBA Finals. Keep you updated on this 0-0 Angels-Dodgers beginning of the Freeway Series. Destination for LA Sports 710 ESPN.
Oh, here we go. Mason and Ireland are inviting you to kick off the World Cup at Commerce Casino for a Mexico versus South Africa watch party. Going to be a party, oh party. Join the ESPN LA crew on June 11th, starting at 12 p.m. as Mason and Ireland broadcast live during an afternoon of soccer, excitement, and giveaways celebrating the world's biggest stage. Come be part of the action, hang with ESPN LA, Mason and Ireland, and cheer on your favorite team at Commerce Casino on June 11th. All thanks to Michelob Ultra. Michelob Ultra, the official beer sponsor of the World Cup.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-731-4558 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as 1 day. Just dial 1-800-731-4558 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-731-4558 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step Walk-In Tubs. Safety never felt so good.
The Freeway Series is coming. Join Greg Bergman at Clearman's Galley in San Gabriel for a Blue Review watch party on Sunday, June 7th at 1 p.m. as the boys in blue take on the Angels. Our friends from Milagro Tequila will be pouring their signature freshest margarita straight from the Margarita Mobile. Come hang with Greg Bergman and resident Angels fan Sam Boney for ice-cold margaritas, giveaways, and plenty of baseball bragging rights during the Freeway Series Sunday, June 7th at Clearman's Galley. See you there.
Mason in Ireland.
Myles Garrett, the newest Ram, is our guest.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio.
Hey, let me ask you, you wore a Godzilla t-shirt to the press conference. Tell me about the Godzilla t-shirt. What does it mean? Why'd you choose it?
I'm a big fan of Godzilla. When I see the movies and all the different, pop culture, art and all that, I kind of view myself as a, kaiju, coming into a wreck shop and take over. And it definitely was another thing, right there on the lake, coming out of the water. And, that's the kind of mental imagery that I had, and that's kind of how I viewed them sending me in. Like, I was like, I came and that was my one job was to wreck shop. And now I'm just moving from one body of water to the other. So that's kind of how I view myself. I've always been a fan of the big monster, the big kaiju, so I love Godzilla and know what it means to me.
Mason in Ireland, weekdays at noon on 710 ESPN, the all-new ESPN LA app, and live on YouTube.
Are you in that YouTube chat tonight? Or you're listening on the app or on 710 AM? We're talking all things LA sports, live and local. The destination for LA sports keeps rolling on LA's mega sports station, ESPN LA. Once again, here's Andy Kamenetsky.
Rest in peace to those gone way before their time. I'm gonna carry the hope like a master chief. Got this far without having a strategy. I guess my presence really is a
To quote Chris Morales, it is a final. Dodgers win 1-0 over the Angels. Freddie Freeman with the walk-off solo shot. Wow.
Did it again.
Freddie Freeman, man. He just has a knack for those moments, and I did not mean, but wow. He's getting the sunflower serenade, and everyone's rushing him, man. Woo! It's good to see that for Freddie, man. Like, remember not that long ago he was talking about how not even knowing how much longer he's going to play and starting to realize, with his infant daughter, she's not going to have any memories of me playing at all. So then it starts. Oh, he just got the Gatorade bath. Alex Call just gave him the Gatorade bath now. So as Freddie Freeman's talking with Kirsten Watson, like, what a night, man. I mean, but these are the moments, by the way, that keep Freddie thinking maybe I'll stick around. Like maybe I'll just keep playing because he's starting to recognize his baseball mortality. He's starting to think about, I think, the moments that he misses being away from his family, and obviously, the situation that Freddie Freeman went through with his young son. It puts a lot in perspective with your children, and he has a new infant daughter, and he's talked about before that his young sons. He hates being away from them, but at least they're all old enough to wrap their heads around what he's done as a baseball player. They watch him play.
He's definitely going to get the best table of Mr. Charles.
Oh, yeah. Oh, him, Mookie, Shohei, Will Smith, Yamamoto. These dudes are never paying for a thing in this city for the rest of their lives. Do you still think it's been a day since we raised that question? One table left in the restaurant. LeBron and Ohtani show up at the same time. Who gets the table? And ultimately what we landed on is I think if you put it to LA to vote on who gets the table, I think Ohtani would win the vote.
In a landslide, I think.
In a landslide. But I think Ohtani would ultimately be gentlemanly enough to give the table to LeBron. I also think, too, telling LeBron, I'm sorry we don't have the table because we're giving it to that guy is more intimidating than telling Ohtani, sorry, we don't have the table. We're giving it to that guy.
Of course.
Like, I think telling LeBron, no, we're not giving you a table, that is a really, like, that's a tough day for the host. that's a really rough night.
And you used to work in a restaurant.
Yes.
Used to be in the service business. Yes.
I've worked in many bars and restaurants. That at that point, the host says, no, man, points to the manager, you're doing this. You're telling LeBron he doesn't get this table because we're giving it to Ohtani. You're not putting this on me, the host. Like, no. But, these are the type of moments that keep Freddie thinking, I'm sure, going to keep playing. Do we have some music? Do we have?
We have some music here. Yes. We have a world premiere.
Let's do this.
Have you ever been on the south side? They got everything you need, best believe rest in peace to those gone way before their time. I'm gonna carry the hope like a master chief. Got this far without having a strategy. I guess my presence really is a present. She tripping, she said she wanna move to Texas. Have you ever been on the south side? On my hands and my knees saying please look me dead in the face and then tell the lie. Angel numbers is fake, you ain't seeing threes. Hit the books, yeah, I study like Socrates. Baby, I know that I'm a real poet. Sun glistening in my eyes, yeah, I'm going. Praise the Lord, yeah, for the south side.
This is music created by 710's own Jonathan Martin, one of the kids in the back with the social media. He is responsible for keeping us live with the YouTube component. But would you describe this as the music as your side gig, or would you describe 710 as your side gig to the music? You can be honest. The bosses won't hold it against
no
you.
one's here, man. I'm equally interested in both.
Very politically correct answer.
Yes.
Very well done.
I'm equally interested in both things.
And for those who are unaware, Mace recently was supposed to sing the national anthem where?
He was supposed to sing the national anthem at the Kings game.
And Mace got sick. Jonathan filled in and crushed it. Absolutely crushed it.
Thank you, AK. It's very important to be able to be a pinch hitter. Just step up when it's your time.
So how long have you been doing this?
Making music?
Yeah.
Honestly, like the past 3 years. But I grew up in a musical household. My dad is a singer. My brother is a guitarist. And I would do things in church, sing in the choir and stuff. So it was always around. But
do you play instruments?
I play on the keys a little bit. I produce. I sing. I produce.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Like, when I heard that you filled in for Mace, and they were like, Jonathan did it, and he crushed it, I was like, wait.
My brother on guitar, too. Jared Martin on guitar.
I was like, wait, Jonathan? I was like, and I didn't know your musical background, because I was like, that's kind of random that they would ask Jonathan to do. Like, was Jonathan just there and they needed somebody to do that? Like, I had no idea that you had this type of background at all.
I mean, I don't really, make a big hoopla. I just work in silence. Grind in silence, grind in silence. And
you know what we need to do?
Talk to me.
We need to get some type of collab between you and Mario Ruiz.
Hey, I've heard Mario's cool. His music is really sick. His music is really
Mario's sick. Been doing this forever, and I think he could be great in terms of giving you advice and perspective and all sorts of stuff, because he's been doing that for a long time. But it would actually be pretty awesome.
And he's got the silkiest voice at 7'10".
Yes, he does.
The silkiest, most buttery voice at 7'10".
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
But it would be pretty awesome if we put you two together in the studio, bring out a keyboard for you. I don't know if you rap the way he does, but that would be pretty awesome, man.
Anything is possible.
Am I correct? Has Morales been talking about another Mandy's coming up?
Yeah, I heard it could be one at the end of the year. Could be.
I think between now and the end of the year, we should have that ready to be debuted at the Mandy's should they take place. Now, I don't want to put you on the spot and volunteer Mario for something. He has no idea what I'm even doing right now, but I think that would be pretty awesome.
I'm open to everything, man. I'm not saying no to anything at this point.
Now, do you perform under your name or a stage name?
I guess it's a stage name, but it's something my mom has always called me. It's John. She's always called me that. So.
You can
find me on Spotify, YouTube, John, Apple Music, all platforms.
Okay, I am going to Spotify right now, and I am going to. Is it
John?
Okay,
Jon.
I am going to find John right now.
If you type in Brown Shades, that's like another song I've put out. Me and my brother put out.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm following you.
I love that. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh, no, dude, this is awesome. I knew that you sang because when I found out about this with the Kings, I didn't know, though, that you created music, man.
Yeah. We've been working on some projects and going to start rolling out some things. Hopefully putting out a project by the end of the year or maybe at the start of 2027, a little EP, a couple songs.
Well, this is really awesome, man. I'm glad that we shared that.
Little EP. I like that kind of talk.
Well, first of all, I like it because it's like old school.
Yeah, right.
Like it's like back in the day when albums were still a thing, and like, are you one of the guys, like, do you go through the crates? Like, do you look for
digging in the crates, like vinyls and things like that?
Yeah, digging in the crate.
I'm gonna be honest. No, I don't do that. But I do listen to oldies, and you can literally access everything in the palm of your hand. But there is a feeling about going getting a vinyl.
Physical media is different.
Yes, I agree.
Okay. And this is something, by the way, that Funchy and Rebecca and I may be ready to kill you.
Okay.
How old are you?
I'm 24.
What do you consider old music? Careful.
I don't know, like 60s and back.
Okay.
Okay, great. I thought you were going to say anything before to 2000s or something.
No.
I thought you were going to say, like 1999.
No. My parents are probably older than all of you guys, so I grew up listening to probably the same things that
I
y'all
hope
were
so.
I'm not even going to verify. I don't want to know. Yeah, I prefer the version of the story, Jonathan, where they're older than us.
Yes.
But anyway, man, this is awesome. Follow Jonathan Martin on Spotify, JON. You can check out singles and the upcoming EP. I'm glad we shared this, man. This is cool.
Appreciate you, AK. Thank you so much.
Yeah, excellent, man.
That's lit. Thank you.
I did not know that. Again, I'm just relieved that old music is not like the early 2000s.
I know.
Like, it is so depressing when you play the radio and it's an oldies station and it's stuff from like
90s, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Or early 2000s.
I know.
Oh my God.
It is
I hate it.
It's so depressing.
They're like playing like Britney Spears. Like something like that. I mean, that was like in the late 90s.
I know. We're all getting so old. I just saw Rebecca mouthing so old.
Yeah.
Through the glass. All right, coming up, talk a little more NBA Finals, a little more Lakers, maybe sneak some Rams in before we go. Destination for LA Sports, 710 ESPN.
How are you? It's Dr. Robert Clapper. Guess what? The Weekend Warriors Show is back Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on ESPN LA, thanks to Cedars-Sinai. Cedars-Sinai is a global leader in orthopedics, offering a range of solutions in all orthopedic subspecialties to get you back to doing the things you love. Don't miss the Weekend Warriors Show with me, Dr. Clapper, Saturday mornings at 7 a.m. on 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
This World Cup season, the ultimate watch party experience is at Mercado Gonzalez in Costa Mesa. Catch every Mexico and USA match live, surrounded by non-stop game day energy, passionate fans, drink specials, surprise giveaways, and all the flavors that make every match unforgettable. Grab fire-grilled asada taco, slow-braised quesabirria, fresh ceviches, warm churros, and more. Join us for every Mexico and USA match at Mercado Gonzalez in Costa Mesa, where every match tastes better.
And now from Good Karma Brands, here is Sam Pines.
Hi, this is Sam Pines, partner at Good Karma Brands in ESPN LA. Yeah, those 4 letters matter, ESPN. And the first one is the most important, entertainment. That's our goal. And here in LA, we've got iconic voices in championship teams to talk about every day. We're an independent company, and our founder, Craig Karmazin, has kept us hyper-focused on three things that matter: the fans, our advertising partners, and our teammates. Whether it's a great breakdown of last night's game, figuring out who has to pay up on a bet, or something fun on social, we want you to enjoy it. So no matter where you're listening, on 7:10 a.m., the ESPN LA app, TuneIn, iHeart, Odyssey, or watching on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles, thanks for being part of this with us. You're not just listening to the story, you're part of it. ESPN LA, LA's mega sports station.
And it is the destination for LA Sports. Andy Kamenetsky with you. Let's get back to the destination for LA Sports. Back to LA Live on ESPN LA.
They got everything you need. Best believe rest in peace to those gone way before their time. I'm gonna carry the hope.
Little John, otherwise known as Jonathan Martin, one of the kids in the back with social media. Follow him on Spotify. John, we were talking, by the way, too, about what now qualifies as old music and how it's aging the bleep out of you, me, and Rebecca Funchie. On the YouTube chat for ESPN LA, Pedro Ailman1642 said, I heard Still Dre on K-Earth 101 the other day.
Are you kidding me?
I don't, unless Pedro's lying to us.
On K-Earth?
Yeah.
What?
K-Earth 101.
I cannot believe that.
I know. That is so... Yeah, 55 Charger says, makes you feel old listening to K-Earth 101. They're playing the bangers now.
I mean, I know Coast is playing like the bangers now, dude. I mean, I remember back in the day, Coast had like a disco hour, and that thing's gone now.
Well, I remember the moment where I realized, like, K-Rock went from being the alternative station, like alternative rock station, like, you know, really like helping launch the entire genre of music of alternative rock, to like this moment being like, you know, everything they're playing now is totally mainstream. This is like completely mainstream music that just doesn't fall super neat into rock and roll, but it's really, really mainstream. This stuff sells big. There's nothing alternative about this at all.
I don't know if there's any real alternative music nowadays. I mean, I don't know. But I might be just, you know, get off my lawn guy right now. So.
I don't know. I mean, look, I've got a 15-year-old daughter, and I will say she's got some pretty cool taste in music.
Yeah.
And she likes a lot of what I like, but
the old stuff.
She likes a lot of the older stuff, but some of the newer stuff she plays is pretty cool. And I'm seeing right now Beto in Whittier in the chat. AK, you'll appreciate this. My 15-year-old is really into physical media and vinyls. It is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how expensive vinyl is now?
Expensive.
Dude, like
my God. Don't tell me, man.
Like, there's a part of me, like, my daughter wanted to get, like, a record player. Like, she's super into music, and she wanted to get a record player and start collecting records. And there was a part of me that was like, yes! And then there was another part of me like, oh, my God, I can't afford this.
Well, some of these records nowadays, they cost over $30.
Oh, 30,
40?
50?
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. Like,
new records.
If you go over to Amoeba, like, in Hollywood,
seriously,
it's crazy how much.
Not even that, Andy. They sell vinyl in Target now, and it's like new stuff,
I know.
and it's like $50.
I know.
Yeah, you're right.
Philip Go says, yeah, K-Earth will break your heart. It used to play doo-wop. And oh, my God. But, yeah, it is awesome that vinyl has made a comeback, and I not in a million years did I see that one coming. But, man, it is.
Yeah, I have a record player, and whenever I go to, like, a flea market or something, I go, you know, digging in the crates, basically.
Yo, you gotta look in the crates.
Yeah.
Like, you cannot afford the reissues.
Yeah.
Like
I got excited maybe a year ago when I found a David Lee Roth I'm a Gigolo record for like 99 cents, and I went crazy.
That sounds about 95 cents too expensive. Just a Gigolo. That was from, God, what was the name of that? I forgot the name of that album.
I don't know what it was.
It
was
had
a single.
EP. That was the one with California Girls.
Yes.
His remake of the Beach Boys
it had
song.
that song too. So I was loving life.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm a Gigolo.
Just a Gigolo. And everywhere.
Bop.
Diddy bop. I ain't got no. I will say this, though. Cheesy as hell. David Lee Roth made some great videos.
He did.
David Lee Roth was pretty awesome.
Great physical rock star.
Yes, in front of the camera, made some good videos, the high karate kicks.
Yes.
Apparently a complete pain in the ass and an a-hole. But,
Yeah.
I mean, no ex-Van Halen member likes David Lee Roth, seemingly.
No.
Even like Sammy Hagar, who never even worked with David Lee Roth.
I know they tried to like do something by themselves without the band. Like they just had like a David Lee Roth and Sammy Hagar, and I don't think it worked out.
No, I think they couldn't stand each other.
I think it stopped after 3 shows.
Yeah, I mean, Sammy Hagar at times seems like he might be a difficult personality, too.
Yeah.
Like, it seems like Van Halen just went out of their way to find the most difficult singers to be the front man.
And that's why they're good.
Yeah.
All when you put them together.
Yeah. So, talking before about the Lakers and how the finals really emphasizes everything that they need to do this offseason and how, they had a good season, they were a good team, but there's still a gap between good where they were and great enough to win a championship. And there's the questions of what they do with LeBron. Eric Pincus over at Bleacher Report, really, really well-sourced writer, and also not one to do a lot of reckless speculation. He did a recent piece over at Bleacher Report ranking or predicting the top 10 free agents and where he thought they would end up. For what it's worth, he thought Austin Reeves would end up re-signing with the Lakers for much less than what would be a max deal, which I think is good to hear if you're a Laker fan, and Austin will still end up making plenty of money. But his prediction for LeBron James, Warriors sign LeBron James at $30.8 million over 2 years with a player option starting at $15 million non-taxpayer mid-level exception, meaning that LeBron James, as has been often talked about, speculated over the last few years, could finish his career with Steph as a Warrior. That's the way he goes out.
Like I said, he can take a G7 all the way up to the Bay, be back home, in an hour, less than an hour.
What I think is interesting about this, how this is received or whatever, I think at this point, it is what it is. The people that don't like LeBron, they'll crap on this. The people that like LeBron, they'll be excited to see him play with Steph. Ultimately, I feel like LeBron should do whatever he wants. Truly. At this point, if, in the GOAT conversations, LeBron is obviously on the short list of one of the all-time greatest, if not greatest ever. But those not convinced by LeBron, it's not going to matter what he does for the rest of his career. If he wins another championship, it's not going to matter. For the people who say Jordan 6-0 will be the domino, the trump card, and there's nothing you can do about it. So it doesn't matter. And I think LeBron is even self-aware enough to realize this. So just do what you want. What I think, though, is interesting about all this is just that open question of how much LeBron wants to be back, how much the Lakers actually want LeBron back, and whether or not any of that will matter, and they just end up carrying out what has felt like for the last 3 or 4 years a marriage of inconvenience. That's the way I've always described this, because I think both sides would prefer another option over the last few years if they could have one, but neither one has had a better one than each other. Therefore, marriage of inconvenience.
Doing it for the kids, huh?
Well, quite literally. In LeBron's case, he has wanted to be closer to his family. There's only one now, Zuri, that's living in the James household. Bronny is
just waiting for that last one to graduate high school, huh?
She is apparently a hell of a volleyball player.
I've heard that in the streets.
Yeah, really, really good. My daughter plays volleyball. She never played against Zuri. She's a few years older than Zuri, but she keeps up with this stuff, and Zuri is apparently really, really good. But, LeBron is quite literally a teammate with one of his kids, and I think he really wants to be around Zuri. He's talked about that, being she's got him wrapped around her finger, and he's also talked about, I think Savannah is ready for hubby to be home and tired of doing all this by herself. Mm-hmm. So the end is near, but it will be interesting to see how this plays out, because I do think there's a part of both sides that is ready for this to be done, and an equal part of both sides recognizing they may not have a better option than each other. So we'll see how it all goes. We will conclude coming up, talk a little bit more about the NBA Finals, a little more Wemby, what all of this has meant with the Knicks up 2 over the Spurs, and how any of this relates back to the Lakers. 710 ESPN.
Don't miss a special edition of ESPN LA Saturday morning at 8 a.m.
As Chris Morales broadcasts live from the Santa Monica Pier for the 10th annual CHLA Walk and Play LA event.
As Chris Morales broadcasts live from the Santa Monica Pier for the 10th annual CHLA Walk and Play LA event.
Celebrating the amazing work that Children's Hospital Los Angeles does for the community and celebrating the kids.
CHLA, saving lives every step of the way.
Live on ESPN LA, Saturday morning at 8 a.m.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
Welcome to Milagro Tequila, where the sun shines, good times roll, and tequila pours. Take a sip of sunshine this summer with Milagro Tequila, crafted from 100% blue Weber agave for bright flavor and exceptional smoothness. Shake up fresh margaritas with Milagro Silver. Mix the perfect paloma with Milagro Reposado, or enjoy the rich, smooth taste of Milagro Añejo on the rocks. Find Milagro at your favorite retailer, in-store, and online. Tequila never tasted brighter. Milagro Tequila. Please enjoy responsibly.
Having low income can mean making tough choices. Choosing between paying for food or medication or a place to live is a reality for many people. Do you know someone who could use some extra help? Find out about the Supplemental Security Income Program, SSI, administered by Social Security. You could receive monthly SSI payments if your income and financial resources are low and you are 65 or older, or an adult or child with a disability or who is blind. SSI is money you can use to help pay for basic needs, like putting food on the table, keeping the lights on, paying the rent. It can mean new shoes for growing feet or help with medical needs. Call 1-800-772-1213 or visit ssa.gov/SSI to schedule an appointment or start to apply today. That's ssa.gov/SSI. This message produced by Social Security at U.S. taxpayer expense.
And it is the destination for LA Sports. Andy Kamenetsky with you. Let's get back to the destination for LA Sports. Back to LA Live on ESPN LA.
I was actually just listening to a movie podcast. It's called One Heat Moment. It began as a show. It's where they broke down the movie Heat. Each podcast was broken down minute by minute.
Heat? The movie
Heat.
would...
De Niro and Pacino.
Wow.
It's a really, really great movie podcast. I'm blanking on the name of the host.
What do you think about
He's
Heat
Australian.
2? What do you think about Heat 2?
I'm excited.
Yeah? Because the cast looks great.
I've read the book, too. Like, the book is really good.
Is it a prequel?
Yeah, it's both a prequel and a sequel. Like, the book, it basically shows the origin story of De Niro's crew and, like, where they met up and some of the jobs that they did before what we see in L.A. And also Vincent Hanna, Pacino's character, when he was a cop in Chicago. It also gets into the drug habit that it's never explained in Heat, but Pacino said later that he played Vincent Hanna as having a coke habit, which explains a lot of his choices in Heat, like as a character and like some of the, great ass. Like,
I love that one.
You know what's funny? Hank Azaria, he's doing that scene with Azaria and he's interrogating him, and he found out about Hank Azaria because he's having that affair with Ashley Judd.
That's right.
And and Azaria, he's basically telling Azaria, you're going to help us catch De Niro and his crew, or you're going to jail because we got a warrant out for you in Newark. And he's like, how did I get mixed up in this? And Pacino goes, because she's got a great
I
ass.
love that. Love that.
That was an improv reaction. And Azaria's like, holy, what the hell? Like, that reaction was real because he did not know Pacino was going to do that. And that type of over-the-top behavior, Pacino later explained, like years later, doing some type of Heat retrospective, like Q&A, that he was playing the characters having a drug habit.
Wow.
And, yeah, and in the prequel.
You know what's so funny? Thinking about Heat right now, yeah, there's a lot of, like, questions unanswered once you first get into the movie and stuff like that.
And the book, the book, which was co-written by Michael Mann and a woman, I think her name is Meg Gardner or Gardner. So it's a long book. It's like a long novel, and you got to get used to the style of it. It almost reads more like a screenplay than a novel. But once you get into it, it's really cool. But the first part of the book is everything leading up to what's in the movie, and like the backstory of De Niro's crew, and then Pacino's character. And then after that, Chris Shaharless, Val Kilmer's character, he's the only one of the crew that survives.
With the cool ponytail.
Yeah. He ends up in South America, hiding out and also joining up with this criminal syndicate there.
Oh, wow.
So it gets into his life, and then also Vincent Hanna's character trying to catch Chris Shaharless. And in the meantime, too, there is this psychopathic villain that is in both the pre and the post.
Wow.
It's a really cool book. So I'm cautiously optimistic.
But they have like a serious all-star cast going that's rumored to be going in Heat 2, and I could see why, because you're telling me about all these characters I don't know about.
The only confirmed members of the movie thus far are, like, truly confirmed, they've confirmed it, are DiCaprio and Christian Bale.
Oh.
But it's not known what characters they're playing. There's been rumors for a couple of years that Austin Butler would be playing Val Kilmer.
I heard
which
that too,
I think is perfect casting. Like, he's the right age range. I've heard Adam Driver could be involved. Again, not sure the roles. Rebecca's shaking her head. Not an Adam Driver.
You don't like him?
He's not my favorite either. He's kind of annoying too. Like, if you ever hear him interviewed, he's kind of a D-bag, seems. Kind of full of himself, in all honesty. Very D-bag energy. Yeah. And very mannered as an actor. I find him kind of annoying as an actor. But get excited. He's maybe part of this movie. But yeah, I'm excited for Heat 2. I think it's going to be really, really cool. Again, if you're interested in reading the source material, anybody out there listening, it is good. It's long. Like, pull up a chair, bring a lunch. It's a long book, but it is good. Also seeing right now in the chat as well, we were talking about physical media and records. Beto and Whittier saying the Salvation Army website is a place where you can find some records. Seeing a shout out to Dr. Free Cloud's record store. I'm not sure where that is in the LA area, but supposedly it's fantastic. And Sound Spectrum in Laguna Beach.
Okay,
If you're looking to go through the proverbial crates.
Or go to the Rose Bowl flea market on Sunday.
Bale, okay, not sure this is accurate, but Jerry Maguire in the chat says Bale is the Pacino character, DiCaprio Kilmer. If that is correct, DiCaprio's way too old.
Mm-hmm.
He is way too old to be playing Val Kilmer's character. Like, Val Kilmer was...
They're like the same age right now. Like,
Val Kilmer was in his 30s when he was in Heat. DiCaprio's 50. In his mid-50s.
Yeah.
Like, he's... Austin Butler's perfect. Like, DiCaprio should be playing either Pacino or, I don't know, maybe the bad guy.
It's just that Austin Butler talked like Elvis all the time. He still talks like Elvis.
For what it's worth, in the movie he had coming out earlier this year, Caught Stealing, he does not sound like Elvis. Actually, he sounds like a New Yorker.
Listen to him during interviews. He talks like Elvis.
No, he went pretty method with that thing. All right, thanks to everybody for listening tonight. Thank you to Rebecca. Thank you especially to Funchy, who stuck around longer than he needed to. Much appreciated. Thank you to Jonathan Martin, a.k.a. John. Follow him on Spotify. This has been Destination for LA Sports, 710 ESPN.
This is ESPN LA Meet the Partners podcast.
Highlighting an outstanding partner of LA's mega sports station, ESPN LA.
Now, here's your host, Chris Morales.
And welcome to another edition of the Meet the Partners podcast on ESPN LA. You hear us talk about the greatness of Children's Hospital Los Angeles quite a bit here on ESPN LA. And we're happy today to be joined by Dawn Wilcox, Vice President of Development and Corporate Partnerships at CHLA. Now, Dawn, welcome. Thank you for taking some time. What does that title mean? Because it's a fancy title, but what exactly does that mean?
It means I get to fundraise for one of the most incredible missions you can imagine.
Okay, beautiful. Another guest we have today. This is the first Meet the Partners podcast where we have two guests. So this is exciting. Leandro Hidalgo. Leandro, you just were at CHLA with your daughter, Mia, and we want to talk about Mia's story, but thank you for taking time to talk about the greatness of CHLA, Children's Hospital Los Angeles.
Thank you for having me.
So let's dive right into it. Your daughter, Mia, she was born, then she had to go to CHLA. Why don't you take it from there?
Yeah, so right around her 2-month appointment, we ended up finding out that she was having some issues with her liver. And so we ran a couple tests, ended up finding out that she had what's called biliary atresia. The current